What specifically led to the decision to cancel the agreement with the Liberals? Were there any recent developments or turning points that triggered this decision?
Thank you for the question. We've got a lot done. We've got some important things that we completed. But it became very clear to me that Justin Trudeau is too beholden to corporate interests to go further, unwilling to stop big corporations that are ripping off Canadians. And so I've ripped up the supply and confidence agreement with Justin Trudeau. And we know that that makes the election timing more uncertain and, frankly, more likely. And we know that the next election is going to be about a choice, a very important choice for Canadians, between Pierre Poilievre, who wants to destroy our healthcare system, tear it down, or New Democrats who want to fix our healthcare system, build it up for people. That's an important choice, and that's the choice we're bringing to Canadians.
Thank you for this. And how would you respond to accusations that canceling this agreement creates political instability at a time when Canadians need it least?
Well, we were very clear that we were able to get some important things done. Dental care, pharmacare. But it's also clear that Justin Trudeau and the Liberals were unwilling to stop big corporations from ripping off Canadians. And we saw the effect of that, paying more than ever for groceries. And it became very clear that Justin Trudeau and the Liberals were unwilling to do what's necessary to stop these big corporations from ripping you off. And so we decided to rip up the agreement. And now it really sets up the question for the next election. The next election is going to be about a choice between Pierre Poilievre, who wants to let his corporate buddies rip you off even more, jack up your rents, and make you pay even more when you go to buy your groceries. Or New Democrats, who want to save you money, save you when it comes to buying your groceries and your rent. That's a choice in the next election. We tore up the agreement with Justin Trudeau, and we know that that means that an election now is more likely than before. And we've accomplished a lot together. It was important work, but it became very clear to me that Justin Trudeau and the Liberals were far too weak to stop big corporations from ripping off people.
You've said that already.
People deserve more. And we know now that that sets up a question for the election. A choice between Pierre Poilievre, who has made it clear that he will allow his corporate buddies to rip off Canadians even more. That means higher prices at the grocery till, and it means higher rents for corporate landlords. Or us, New Democrats, who want to stop these corporations from ripping you off and save you money when you buy your groceries or pay your rent. That's a choice in the next election.
What a joke.
What is your assessment of how the supply and confidence agreement worked for the NDP, and do you think you'll actually be able to leverage more from the Liberals without this deal? If you could answer in English and French.
Sure. When I think about the supply and confidence agreement, I think about two people and what it means to those two folks. And that to me is something I keep in my heart. I think about Brianna, a mom of 5 kids, who was able to get each of her kids a visit to the dentist for the first time in their life. And I met her kids at a park in Edmonton, and I can tell you her kids were happier and healthier because of that visit. And I think about Susan, who insists I call her Sue. And I remember meeting her in Ottawa, and she was sitting in the dentist chair when she told the dentist and the denturist that she is a cancer survivor. She beat cancer, but in the aftermath of that, lost her teeth, and that she wanted her smile back. And I remember her tears of joy when the dentist and the denturist said, "We're going to get you your smile back." That's who I think about. I think about Sue and I think about Brianna and millions of people like them that have gotten support because we fought for them. But I also know that Sue and Brianna need a lot more, and that this Liberal government is not willing to do that Justin Trudeau is simply not willing to stop big corporations from ripping them off. And that's why we made this decision. It is clear that the Liberals and Justin Trudeau do not have the courage, they're too beholden to corporate interests to stop them from being ripped off, to stop people from being ripped off. And we know that this sets up potential for a more likelihood of an election. And that election is going to come down to a choice. Pierre Poilievre, who's going to let his buddies rip you off even more. He's going to let big corporate grocery stores rip you off even more, and that means higher prices when you buy your groceries. Or New Democrats who are going to save you money when you buy your groceries. That's the choice in the next election.